All right, this is a Honda Ridgeline. This trim piece comes up easy. I got this $1.39 plastic putty knife at the hardware store. Stuck it right in there. And then you pull. No, you don't. Anyway, it comes up easy. So as soon as you start prying, you'll see it'll come up. Now, the first thing I notice is this. There's a weld seam in here. This is what that trim piece covers. And you can put roof racks on here, but as soon as it comes down, right at this spot, it stops sloping. And there's a little, it creates a little puddle right here. So I'm gonna let that dry out, clean it out, and put some seam sealer in there. I'm getting a leak inside. And the first idea is that, well, the windshield's not sealed, but I don't think that's it. And here's the stain. I might take that down to the coin-operated pressure sprayer, and since I don't have one here. There's no rust. It's just dirty, and I don't see any obvious breaks in welds. It costs $150 to get the windshield just lifted off and reinstalled. And of course, they always want to tell you if it breaks while they're doing that, it's not on them. But what could be going right under this plate that these studs are on? Looks like it's lifted up just a hair on this end of it. Okay. The record showed the windshield was replaced 2 years ago, and it was either a bad installation or it has nothing to do with it. But this plate is popping right there, but that's not necessarily a penetration. This sealant, you can almost see a crack right so that could be it. I think that I'll put a little bit up against the windshield rubber. Push it in. But since I did both, if it stops, I won't know which was which, but it's okay. It's still, there's that. The weird thing about this was, let me try and show you. It did it was sloped coming down this channel, and it gets right here at the bottom side of this bracket, and it dips. I don't know if you can tell, but right there. And so if there was a leak at that bracket or in the weld seam, that could have been a problem. Otherwise, it was going in right there. So that's that. OSI. I got this at Lowe's for $4.50. It just looks like clear silicone caulk, but it was raining all afternoon, and the headliner's not getting wet anymore. So whatever they did in that gutter there seemed to work. Okay, the trim piece, because it wouldn't snap in, pressing it down from the top, so that's the reason I opened it back up, to get a better picture of where I was putting the sealer in. And so like I say, it stopped. Hang on. It stopped leaking. So I just need to get the trim piece on there, right? Okay. Furthermore, you have to start at the back, because the back of the trim, slides under the back roof trim down there. So if you're snapping it down from the front to the back, you get to the back and realize you've got to undo these and start over. And on top of that, some of them will catch just by pressing down, and some of them, like the second one, I don't know. The trim pieces clip right at the end of this upside down U, not at those wings that are sticking out. So, but I pressed as hard as I could, and the trim wouldn't reach down that far. So it looks like the idea is that you put the trim pieces the clips on the trim first. Let's see if it'll go out this way. And it looks like a long flat blade screwdriver. Sorry. Took it off. So it looks like you put the trim pieces on the trim. See that you can feel it snap in there. Now there's two more, but let me see if I can get these front ones to go in to the and you find the stud. Excuse me, this is very difficult to film with okay, so anyway, there you go. I'm gonna have to try. You put the trim pieces, get them off of there with a flat blade screwdriver. Put them in the trim, and then eyeball it as you go down and place them back on the studs and push down the threads. The threads catch the hole in the trim piece. All right. Will not. So, just a note, if you're snapping from the front to the back, you got to pull it up again because there's an overlap there. The back of the trim strip needs to go underneath. Fourth time was a charm.